I never thought that the person who gave me life, the man who raised me, would one day betray me in the worst possible way. My name is Daniel, I'm 24 years old, and just a year ago I won the lottery worth $5 million. But instead of celebrating a dream come true, it turned into the darkest nightmare of my life. Because the one who stole it all from me was my own father. It all began on a regular Friday evening. I was sitting in my small apartment, surrounded by empty pizza boxes, scrolling through my phone when the numbers of the weekly lottery were being announced live on TV. Honestly, I'd completely forgotten about the ticket. I had bought it in a rush at a local convenience store, almost as a joke, thinking nothing of it. But as the announcer started reading the numbers one by one, my heart began to pound. 17, yes, that was my number. 24, that was also mine. 3, 45, 56, all matched. I froze. My body went cold. And then the last number came. 62. I screamed so loud my neighbors probably thought I was being attacked. I couldn't believe it. I had the winning ticket worth $5 million. For a few minutes, I just sat there, staring at the ticket in my shaking hands, tears streaming down my face. My whole life was about to change. No more struggling to pay rent, no more working double shifts at the diner. This was freedom. I immediately called the one person I trusted the most in the world, my dad. Dad, you won't believe this. I won the lottery, $5 million. There was silence for a few seconds on the other end. Then he laughed, almost nervously. Son, are you serious? You're not joking with me, right? No, Dad, I swear. I have the ticket in my hand. He congratulated me, told me how proud he was, and that he'd come over right away to celebrate. When he arrived, he hugged me tighter than ever before. He said, Daniel, this is life-changing. But listen, you need to be very careful. People will try to take advantage of you. You shouldn't tell anyone else until you've claimed it. I nodded. I trusted him completely. That night, I handed him the ticket so he could keep it safe. He said he had a fireproof safe at home and that it was better off there until the claim day. I didn't even hesitate. After all, he was my father. Why would I ever doubt him? The next morning, I called him to ask when we should go claim the winnings. He didn't pick up. I thought maybe he was busy at work. Hours passed, then a whole day. I started to get nervous. Finally, he called me back late at night. His voice was shaky. He told me, Son, don't panic. Something happened. The ticket, it's gone. I felt my entire world collapse. What do you mean it's gone? He claimed that the safe had been broken into. Someone had stolen it. I couldn't breathe. My chest tightened. I felt like I was drowning. But still, a part of me wanted to believe him. He was my dad. Why would he lie? Days later, news broke out that the winning ticket had already been claimed. The winner's identity was kept private, but my gut told me something was wrong. I begged my dad to go with me to the lottery office, but he always made excuses. Then, one evening, I went to visit his house unannounced. When I walked in, I froze. The man who had always preached about living modestly was sitting in a brand new leather recliner, sipping expensive whiskey. The living room looked completely different, new. Furniture, a giant flat-screen TV, and even a Rolex on his wrist. Dad, what is all this? I asked. He didn't answer. He just stared at me. Tell me the truth. Did you cash in my ticket? Finally, he sighed. Daniel, you're young. You wouldn't know how to handle that much money. I did this for your own good. The money is safe with me. I'll make sure it's spent wisely. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My own father had betrayed me. I shouted, It was my ticket, my money. You had no right. But he just shook his head. I raised you, fed you, clothed you. You owe me everything. This money, it's mine as much as it is yours. I felt rage boiling inside me. I wanted to grab him, shake him, scream at him. But instead, I stormed out of the house, my vision blurred with tears. The next weeks were hell. He bought himself a luxury car, started dating a woman half his age, and even bragged to his friends about his new success. Meanwhile, I was stuck in my tiny apartment, still working at the diner, watching my life slip away. I tried to go to the lottery commission, but without proof that the ticket was mine, they couldn't help me. Legally, the person who presents the ticket is the winner. My dad had outsmarted me completely. I felt hopeless, betrayed, broken. But then something inside me snapped. I wasn't going to let him get away with this. I started documenting everything. Screenshots of my messages with him, recordings of our phone calls, and even a hidden camera I placed in his house during one visit, where he openly admitted that he kept the winnings for himself. It took months of gathering evidence, but finally I took him to court. The courtroom was tense. My father sat across from me, not even looking ashamed. He had hired an expensive lawyer, clearly paid for, with my winnings. But I had something he didn't: the truth. One by one, I presented the evidence. The judge listened carefully. My father's lawyer tried to argue that the money was rightfully his, but the hidden recording sealed his fate. In it, his voice was crystal clear. Yes, it was Daniel's ticket, but I cashed it. He doesn't know how to handle money. I deserve it more. The courtroom went silent. The judge ruled in my favor. Not only was my father ordered to return the winnings, but he also faced charges for fraud. When the verdict was read, I felt tears roll down my cheeks. It wasn't just about the money anymore. It was about justice, about standing up for myself. But as I watched my father being escorted out, I didn't feel victory. I felt heartbreak, because no amount of money could ever repair the damage he had done to our relationship. Yes, I got the $5 million back, but I lost my father forever. And to this day, I still ask myself, was it worth it?